The first place on the list is One Dim Sum of Prince Edward. One Dim Sum is probably second fiddle in terms of popularity compared to Tim Ho Wan, but for me it's also a very delicious and affordable spot for your local dim sum fix. It has all the favorites, the shumai, hakao, ham sui kok, and some other exquisite dim sum which you may be craving for. And I would even go so far to say that One Dim Sum may be even better than Tim Ho Wan, given that they only have a single branch, meaning that it's easier for them to maintain the quality of serving these delicious dim sum every single time you visit. The second place on my list is Yatlok Roast Goose, which is a Michelin recommended place to have some of the best Hong Kong roast goose. Of course, numerous places in Hong Kong serve roast goose on rice, coming from affordable eateries to those of more high-end places, but I think Yatlok is absolutely perfect in terms of the balance in price, taste, and quality. I think they have some of the best crispy goose skin that you'll ever find in Hong Kong, as well as tender meat. Couple that on just some of the best fluffy rice with some goose sauce on it. Definitely worth a try. Yatlok Roast Goose definitely deserving of its Michelin Guide recommendation. The third spot is Simchaik. Similar to Yatlok, it is Michelin recommended and also in Central. They serve wonton noodles, and I think compared to Max Noodles, which is just right across, it's more bang for your buck because it is cheaper than Max Noodles, and it also can come with the three toppings options, which I had here. Had the wonton, the fish ball, and the beef. The soup is really authentic, I would say, and it's a really local spot. If you see the people visiting this joint, you'll see everyone just having their fix of wonton noodles, and you can really tell why it's a favorite of theirs. So I really recommend Simchaik. If you're looking for your Hong Kong wonton noodles fix, you will definitely not be disappointed. Kauki is the fourth spot on this list and also serves another noodle dish, another popular one for Hong Kong. This is the beef brisket noodles, and I would recommend Kauki just based on the pure taste and flavor, as well as the price point, which is also not too bad as well. Like in most beef brisket places, you can opt for the curry soup or the clear soup. Both versions in Kauki were absolutely delicious, and I would like to go there over and over again if I can. Just the sheer flavor and also the quality of the beef brisket and beef tendon was absolutely sublime. I really enjoyed my meal here at Kauki, and I recommend that you visit here too. The fifth spot is Crystal Jade, which I think is a pretty popular place here in Hong Kong. As you know, it specializes in lamien and xiaolongbao, so that's what I really recommend you try out when you come here. The first I had is the dan dan mian, or the spicy noodles. It's a very classic and very tasty dish which you can get here at Crystal Jade. Just a perfect amount of spice as well as savoriness with the delectable noodles as well. And of course the soup dumplings, some of the best in Hong Kong. I would say better, or I prefer this compared to Din Tai Fung. I think there's more meat as well as more soup, just better quality soup dumplings overall. So I would highly recommend you come to Crystal Jade if ever you want to have your xiaolongbao fix. The sixth place is Mansang, which is a Dai Pai Dong, and might I say the best Dai Pai Dong which I've had in Hong Kong so far. So it's located in Sham Shui Po, quite a humble area of Hong Kong, but believe me when I say they serve some of the best Hong Kong local dishes you can find, from crispy squid to clams in black bean sauce to beef with potatoes. It really does satisfy all your cravings when it comes to Hong Kong street food, and just the sheer atmosphere you get when you go to the place just gives you the very local feel of Hong Kong. Couple that with just delicious food, really. It's a really nice experience which I recommend for everyone to try at least once in Hong Kong, and it will definitely it has definitely earned its spot on my list. The seventh spot is something quite different to the last. This is Australia Dairy Company, and Australia Dairy Company is a really popular cha chan teng here in Hong Kong. They specialize particularly in their milk pudding as well as their scrambled eggs, which are said to be some of the smoothest and silkiest scrambled eggs you can find. So like a cha chan teng, they specialize in instant noodles, in your usual snacks and afternoon tea sets. So that's definitely what I came here for, and it did not disappoint. Just very simple dishes really, but executed very well, very perfectly. And that milk pudding which I just mentioned, very creamy and silky, almost unlike anything I've ever had before. So I really recommend Australia Dairy Company. Definitely also earned its place on this list. So the eighth spot on this list goes to Manky Cart Noodles, another very local joint. And Cart Noodles itself, I think, is a very humble concept in terms of Hong Kong, and it really has a nice sort of history to it. Essentially, you get to pick different toppings to go with your choice of noodles as well as your choice of soup. And when I came here, yeah, it was just flocked with locals at lunchtime. So it's really a nice experience. You get to customize your dish, of course, and you get to try all these different toppings, this different kinds of noodles, just what you want perfectly in a bowl. It goes really well together, and I recommend it also. Ninth spot goes to Hinky Claypot Rice in Yau Ma Tei. Just recently visited this as well, and might I say they really do have some of the best claypot rice in Hong Kong, as well as oyster pancake and yutong choy. The claypot rice in particular, I was really impressed with the quality. Just a very smoky version of the claypot rice, and I had it with the beef and foie gras sausage as well as the pork with octopus claypot rice. So these were really nice toppings, and they also had a really nice soy sauce to go with it. So I would really recommend Hinky Claypot Rice. Of course, Four Seasons is just really nearby, but Hinky gets the nod from me. And last but definitely not the least, Bow Innovation gets the 10th spot on my list. It's a Michelin starred restaurant, and one which we just visited really recently. So it's by Chef Avin Leung, who takes his modern twist on Hong Kong cuisine. And I was really enjoying the food here, just to see how Hong Kong food generally has been elevated in this restaurant. So I was really enthralled by the concept of elevated Hong Kong food with ties to Hong Kong cuisine. Probably all these dishes which we had were based on previous Hong Kong dishes in this video, and I was just really enjoying the experience itself. I was very lucky to be able to meet Chef Alvin as well at the end of the meal. So this is the 10th spot on my list.